I know we had a little break, but last week I was slapped. Val was just, doing Val things, and Shaggy, I'm pretty sure you were probably drunk and slapped too.
I was dealing with some legal issues.
Oh yeah,
So
that's right. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna have to blink that out once we
yeah,
get
we
off.
going we are going. It's all right. It's all right. It's not that not going to jail. I think. Hopefully, seriously.
Great. Well,
If this is my court date's on the 18th. If I go to jail after, like, I swear to God, if I go there, it's entrapment. I'm fucking yelling entrapment.
all right. Well, just let me know the information if you need money for bail. I got you. But
Word.
besides all that bullshit, how's everyone weekend? Of course, we start with the lovely lady Val. How was your weekend?
Everything's, I mean, is it a weekend yet? It's Thursday technically, but I guess we could start the weekend early. Everything's going great. I was slaving away at, oh God, folding all those t-shirts. No, I was spending some quality time with my brothers and sisters at Pro Wrestling Tees all last week, helping them out with the shipping. So if you just ordered those brand new John Moxley shirts, most likely yours truly packed them away and sent them out to you.
Oh
Because
man, you shouldn't even
whole,
said that now, because now the neck beards they're gonna be like they're not gonna even wash it because they're gonna think the shirt smell like you. So
well, maybe it
Val,
do. Yep.
Val. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Question from
Yes,
the
sir.
peanut gallery.
Yes, sir.
When do we get our hashtag I know Val shirts?
Shut up.
I'm gonna put in a word. Somebody we're gonna
Like
get this.
I got like XL. I mean, them bitches can be like the Micah Nakazawa shirts, but I just need like a just go ahead, send them bitches in like XL. I mean, you can cut the sleeves off that motherfucker too. I'll go to the gym, but I just want motherfuckers to know.
Yeah, I mean, the funniest thing is this wonderful company that made the I Hate Val Capone's Guts shirts when I had some pretty intense life saving surgery to like
Mm-hmm.
help pay for my medical bills. They were going to try to put, because I always say hashtag Crohn's can't stop me, which is a true
Yeah.
fact. But they were so cute. They were like, well, we want to put something like, we want to put Crohn's can't stop me. And they were going to put them on the sleeves. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
nah, dude, I'm cutting those off the second I get that shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's you. You definitely. I don't think I've ever seen you wear a shirt with sleeves.
I had somebody ask me if I was doing okay because I had a shirt with like baseball length sleeves on, like 3/4 length sleeves. And I was like, look, dude, unless they're long, sleeves are wrong. And these are long enough that they're like keeping me warm. It's wintertime. And I wear a lot of flannels. Like, like I think I'm Mick Foley. I wear a red and black flannel constantly if it's
Yeah, that
cold
I
out.
remember. Now hold on. I think when we met in Orlando, I think you were wearing sleeves.
That gotta be
It
crazy.
it would have been a hoodie because I
I
feel like
think
we met.
you. I'm trying to remember because I don't want to deface your name, but like because you got a brand up you got a brand uphold, so I definitely understand that. So I want to say when we were in Orlando, but you might have had sleeves, but I think they were rolled up because where we were it was a fucking bar, but it was like it wasn't cold, but it wasn't like hot either, and it wasn't rainy. So
I'm
was I
trying to think. It
sober?
was it was bar. No, you were not.
No.
That's okay.
I was because I couldn't drink because I had got a sinus infection throughout that whole weekend, so I couldn't drink like I wanted to.
At midnight after Mania, it was like 1 in the morning.
I still was sober as a bird.
I'm trying to think of what shirt I was wearing. I feel like I might have been wearing my Sandman shirt because I remember so many people were talking to me about my shirt, and that definitely has no sleeves.
Yeah, I'm just kind of remembering. It's
I probably had a freelance hoodie on or something like along those lines. So if I had a hoodie on, yeah.
I can't.
I also have sleeveless hoodies. No joke.
See, that's why I love Val, man. She just wears wherever the fuck she want. Don't give a shit. I'm telling you, like
I
Val,
really don't.
Val's gonna be wearing sleeveless shit until she's like 152. So, you know,
Oh man, if I live to be 150, please, somebody put me in a crate with our truth
a
and
crate.
lock me up for a week and no oxygen, but we still have the 24/7, I'm sorry, the 7-Eleven title. And then just like, that's the end of me. That's how I die. I die.
Oh man. Oh man. But I guess everybody's week or weekend or whatever is okay. I guess I'm just stoned and high as always. I don't. I try to do this show sober. I don't know if I can do it
Patrick,
sober.
Patrick.
Yes, yes.
Not to be rude, but how was your weekend? Or how was
Your
your week?
weekend.
I
Your
mean,
week.
You got a
yeah.
case of the Patrick Shaggy?
Oh yeah.
I can know. I can't confirm or deny any of that.
Um,
I will sue.
my weekend slash week was good. Spent a lot of time with my oldest son, and now I've come into the realization that I'm old. There's certain things that I can't do anymore. I can't go on a basketball court and run up.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
You
I seen
know,
that tweet.
yeah, like
I saw
I
that
seen
too. I
that
was like,
tweet.
oh Pat, oh
yeah,
no.
yeah, it's over. And it was already bad enough. Like my son is 6'6", so he wants to try to like bully me on the basketball court. I'm not letting that happen, especially with the cameras and stuff like that, cell phones. No, you're not gonna get a viral moment out of me. So
Nah, you
I
just gotta
stayed
whoop his
most of
ass, bro.
yeah, I stayed most of my time on the sideline, and it took me about 3 days to recover. I was just laying in bed and not really doing nothing and smoking devil's lettuce. Um, but other than that, yeah, my weekend was really good. Like I can't complain. Like it was really good. Hot out, got to eat some good food and stuff. Um, I got all these plans for next week because we got like, well, it sucks because Val doesn't eat stuff like that. There's like Rib Fest. There's fucking Taco Fest. There's
No, I
like
do Taco Fest. I announced wrestling at Taco Fest last year.
yes, you
I
did. Yes,
Yeah, for
you
Freelance
did.
Underground.
Yeah.
And I mean, there were plenty of vegetarian and vegan and pescatarian tacos, so I was like in heaven. I was announcing wrestling. I was introducing some of my favorite humans on like a street that I grew up blocks away from and eating like veggie, vegan, and pescatarian tacos. I was like, this is heaven. Am I dead? I feel like I might be. I just went and watched the Cubs game and then I came in and I announced wrestling. What is my life? But it was good.
So I
Yeah.
have to make this. I have to make this saying because anytime Pat brings up food, I have to hit him with
You
the.
just called him fat. Why you got to do that? He's been
I'm
walking.
I'm 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 getting to it. Pat already knows where I'm going to it. It's like
Yeah.
Patrick 315 means I'm
Yeah.
fat as hell.
Yeah.
Oh
That
no.
was the shirt I wanted to get, custom made shirt, but yeah, holy shit. I
No,
still should
I'm
get
like, hey, you talk about food, and I'm kind of looking at the microphone like, yo, this motherfucker really just talked about some ribs and some tacos. Like, you need. I'm like, bro, relax.
Yeah, yeah, my bad. You know what it is? It's because I smoked and I'm
Well, you good,
you
you
know
good. I'm just mad.
okay.
Like when I was in Chicago, none of that shit was popping. I mean,
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
man, I was so hurt. I think the best thing I had in Chicago that whole weekend. I mean, all of it was alcohol, but I guess it was
Yeah,
Malort. It was the
it
Malort.
was definitely not Malort. Fuck
It was
that.
that's
absolutely
good.
Malort, but
It
that's
was
cool.
not Malort because I can't even remember. Like I don't even know what like. I woke up. My hangover had a hangover, so no, hell no,
Yeah, that means you did it right, boo.
no, hell no. I was like, yo, I'm not in fucking space. No, I know when I was at the All Out thing in like last when I was in Chicago, I know they had those like vodka lemonades, and I've been like fiending for them shits for the longest time.
Those will give you the shits. Are you kidding me?
Hey man, I was good.
I
I was
mean, no, they
good.
don't. I sell those at Wrigley. Never mind. I'm cool.
Yeah, look at you, fucking your own money up.
Yeah.
Like
What?
fucking the money
Nah,
up.
dude. Nah, dude.
Oh man.
It's like, what are you talking about? I don't know. That's the person who doesn't wear. That's the person that wears sleeves. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that bitch
that's
had sleeves on.
yeah,
What?
that's
That ain't
definitely
me.
not that was definitely not Val. That was not at all. Not at all. So man, a lot of crazy shit has happened. Of course, like I said before, we took the week off. Not just to take it off, just like I don't know, just we was just in a weird space last week, and we just couldn't do the show. So we
I
apologize for
was
that.
buried alive by John Moxley t-shirts. I was buried alive by unscripted violence.
Yes, and I like I said, that's gonna be the new. That, that,
Oh, God.
that's gonna be like the new shirt we're gonna see everywhere.
Oh,
Like
man.
so. Well, like I said, I'm glad I don't want to just call them neckbeards. Okay, I'm glad all the wrestling fans are getting their gear, getting
Yeah.
their prepared for All Out and Fighter Fest coming up, which is going to be completely free. on Bleacher Report, which is crazy. So kudos to AEW for actually doing that because that was an event I would have paid for. I want to see John Moxley and
I
Joey
was supposed
Janela.
to go down to that. I would have. I think it's that Friday, but I would have that. I was supposed to get like grab like some cheap seat tickets and just drive down there to go see that. But most of my money went towards Fight for the Fallen, and I'm
Oh
just sitting
yeah,
here going like, bro, like I could, and then they just said it was free. I was like, man, I'm about to watch this. I ain't got to spend no money. I stay my black ass up here.
yeah, stay here. Yeah, yeah. That's
True.
dope for them. That's dope for them to do that. And I know a lot of people were complaining about the $50 you know pay per view shit or whatever, but seems like they
What?
did
Okay.
good.
First off, can I hang on? I need to open this bottle of wine right
No,
here for this.
see this is
All
what
right. I
I'm
just
talking
popped a
about.
bottle of wine.
I heard that,
What I'm
Like,
Court.
talking about.
yeah, I did. I was trying to be a polite lady, but fuck that shit. I'm drinking some Malbec. It's all good. Listen,
Uh-huh.
because people are whining all the time about this $50 price point, I had to pop a bottle of wine. Do they not know how wrestling pay-per-views started? How everybody would like gather around somebody's house and order in some shit ass Domino's or decent pizza if they have it in the neighborhood because they live in Chicago. Like
Yeah.
everybody chip in $5 and we'll all have a pizza party. Like that's what's so great about wrestling. So for them to put on such a quality event that did not feel long, even though it had like a lot of awesome matches and moments for 50
Mm-hmm.
bucks, like that's no big deal. Like GTFO, bro. And honestly, I went over to the incidental nerd and the intern from Wrestle Talk and Randomness and Hank 312. I
Uh-huh.
messaged them and I was like, "Can I watch it with you guys?" And I know we talked about it on the show, and
Mm-hmm.
it was such a better experience because I was with my fellow marks, and
Mm-hmm.
I brought over Oreos because Kylie Ray loves Oreos, and so.
Bitch, why you send me no Oreos?
Oh no, I am obsessed with Oreo thins right now. You have no idea, like, because
Bro,
I feel like,
bitches hit different.
oh, dude, it's
Oreo
just
thins hit different.
they're so good. The Oreo thins, oh god, I'm obsessed. The salted caramel, the latte, it's like the best thing ever. Anyway, but I don't know why anybody would ever bitch about this $50 price point.
You know
That is
why?
absolutely
Why?
nothing.
You know why people are bitching? It's because we're
Because
spoiled.
Because Napster.
Napster. No,
Well, I haven't heard
we're
that
we're
name in so
entitled. We're
long.
spoiled and we're entitled because we've been so used. It's almost archaic now to be thinking that you're going to pay for a pay per view. When 9 times out of
Yeah.
10 in certain spots you can either go to like a Buffalo Wild Wings or something. They're playing it for free. All you got to do is just eat and just watch it there, or
Mhm.
like you're streaming it. I mean, it's like it's borderline archaic. Now, granted, I'm not gonna lie to you, and I hate to fucking say this. I was actually planning to stream it. Probably not spend the money on it, but a buddy of mine who, bless his heart, wanted me. He's like, no, we got to support him. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. I found out because I work for a Comcast company, so I found out I get a discount on it, so it worked out well. He gave me $30. I was like, we watched the whole thing. I enjoyed it. It was a straight, but like at the same time, I get it. But to people complaining to people like, oh, you're gonna spend $50 on that, bro. You spend $50 on worse shit.
Oh my God, look at all the WWE merch I buy. Are you
Oh,
kidding me?
yeah.
By the
WWE
way, can we
shop.
talk about my new obsession that I'm trying to be a proper adult and not purchase? Do,
I'm just going to.
Actually, you know what? I move going forward. We have a segment in the show. We call it Val's Intervention.
Val has a problem.
Yeah,
No, I used to do this. I used to do this, Shaggy, like way back in the day, like when La Flama Blanca and Black Market Ivan were still with us, and
shop.
they would be like trashed and like because that was that was how the show was, and we've evolved and whatever. I'm drinking right now in honor of you, La Flama Blanca, but like they'd be drinking, which is fine. It was fun, and while they were like drinking and introducing their drinks, I would be looking at www.merchshop.com. I have
Yeah,
a major, major problem.
We really
straight
do,
up.
because those shirts aren't really that good at all.
No,
They're
some of them
trash.
are and some of them aren't. And I don't buy everything unless it's got Charlotte Flair's face on it or name on it. And even then, I'm still mildly, like very small, lowercase, mildly selective of what I buy at first.
Yeah, I think didn't you buy that Universal Championship waffle iron? thing?
No, I was going to, but they sold out.
See, that's crazy. That
Yeah,
is
but check it,
crazy.
Patrick. The reason why I was going to buy it is because it's stupid AF. Like, I have a Mickey Mouse crock pot, and I thought that the Universal Champion or whatever, the WWE Championship waffle iron would have been so great and ridiculous, like right next to it. Because it's just, like, I just really like the stupid shit. Like, today I was at the gym with my trainer, and I'm like doing deadlifts and shit. And she's like, what does your sweatband say? Because I had it, I guess, turned to the side. She said, you're a what? I was like, oh, I'm a hugger. And
Man,
then the guy, like, as I'm doing deadlifts, like, you know what I mean? And she was like, oh, cool. And this guy, like, right next to me just, like, rolled his eyes. I was like, first off, go fuck yourself. Second off, do you want to hug it out? Like,
I'm wondering if they thought your shirt said something else.
yo, so did I ever tell you guys? I'm pretty sure I didn't tell Val the story, but I ever tell you guys that when Punk was down here,
Oh,
for
that
they,
guy? Oh,
yeah, that guy. I'm not gonna say when Punk was down here,
mhm,
for They Live, for the They Live premiere in Jacksonville. He was down here. And that was actually when the Cubs are trekking to the World Series. This was a few years ago.
mhm.
He had a Q&A afterwards. I actually had I was answering the question, like I asked him a question. He super duper nice. Actually, that whole evening was great. But what got me was this man has not seen wrestling in a while. So someone in the crowd had a I'm a hugger shirt on. And he looked, he's like, wait, dude was just asking him a question. He's like, wait, what does your shirt say? And he said, and he was like, yo, can you beep this out? Cause I don't want my government name to be out here. Oh wait, you don't have the fucking soundboard. Never mind.
no, I don't. Yeah, I
Bam.
don't.
Okay. So, hey, government guy, you see this?
I'm
Yeah,
not even looking
He
at what you're
said,
doing.
he said, he actually pointed the guy out to me. He pointed the guy out to me, and I knew it was a hugger shirt, but he thought it said something else, and we were all in fucking tears because it was just so funny.
I can
And
kind of see that. I can kind of see that just seeing the GGER.
yeah, because if
And
you don't see like the H,
yeah,
like depending on where your arm is, that shirt can get you in trouble.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's a sweatband, and I wear it because I'm lifting weights. There you
See,
go. But it
Yeah,
was like the best package I bought was that because you get three of those. So like when one gets nasty, you pop it in the wash, and you got like two more.
Valve
And
is
there's
single-handedly keeping WWE shop open.
I'll tell you what though, I got some stuff that was like marked down, and I
Mhm.
added it up, and they overcharged me. So I need to like contact Connecticut and be like, yo, bro, refund this stat or I'm going to complain to the Better Business Bureau because it said all the discounted prices. And then I looked at it. I was like, no, dude, it should have been like $30, not like $78. And I totaled it up and I looked at my card and they charged me the regular price for all the stuff that I bought. And I was like, oh, is that a thing?
Yeah, yeah. See, like Val, I think you know what we got to figure out a way to fund some money. We got to get you a show like on I don't know, one of those networks where you just go kind of like how what's his name, Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, they go and buy like toys and shit, like
Oh
dolls and shit.
yeah. Can I do that for a living? Did I tell
Yes.
you that I bought a shirt off of eBay for $7.99, no shipping, free shipping included, and it's a 2XL Diva Scout Talent Scout.
Oh
I told
yeah,
you
I
guys about
remember
that,
that.
right?
Yeah, yeah, you
Yeah,
got it.
Mhm.
I got it. And I haven't worn it to the gym yet because I haven't figured out how to edit it so it's not so misogynistic and disgusting. But
Yeah.
it says like show me your puppies or whatever the fuck. And I'm just like, this was a shirt that made it past several marketing directors to be
Well,
made.
I mean, there. I mean, it was that shirt. It was always the DX. If you can't beat it, suck it. Shirt. There
Mm-hmm.
was the
Didn't
I'm
you like
right.
get in trouble for that?
Yes, yes, I did. There was always the the APA one, always pounding ass shirt that I thought was
Yeah.
pretty funny, you know. So yeah, I mean, yeah, puppy shirt.
Different time, different place, whatever, but still don't make it right. You know
The
what I mean?
90s were horrible.
Yeah, they were bad.
Absolutely.
They were horrible.
And I like legit spent $7.99 of my hard earned money on this because I don't want another fucking douchebag asshole to have this and be like, puppies.
Yeah, puppy. I think Jerry King Lawler probably would have bought it if he would have saw it.
I feel like I should wear it to the next time I see him at a meet and greet. Just to see what he does and like watch his brain melt.
Yeah. But speaking of shit that was bad,
Oh yeah.
Please God, no.
The ladies that flew to Saudi Arabia for the stupid Blood in the Sand show, Alexa Bliss and Natty, wasn't allowed to wrestle on the show. It was rumors that, they were going to have a match. Luckily for WWE, they didn't advertise the match because they kept trying to sneak it in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming the Saudi Sports Authority kind of was like, oh, no, never mind, So that sucks because I know they would have rather stayed back in the United States and turned the fuck up on IG and spent, time with, their loved ones or whatever, or their pig or cat or whatever the hell. So that kind of sucks. Hopefully they'll have a women's match on there. But I mean, I was watching women's wrestling that day anyway. It was I was watching something on Facebook. I know
Nice.
Shannon from Mary Marks put me on to it. She got me hip to that. So I didn't watch the show. I didn't watch Super
Neither did I.
And but I did see the tweets from Matt Riddle, which, by the way, I think are hilarious. Number one,
I love him so much.
Number two, he would turn Goldberg into a pile of cream of wheat. So all the fat marks that are in the in the comments, like, oh, Matt Riddle's talking shit, but Goldberg will whoop his ass and kick his ass, and I'm like, have you dudes ever seen anything Matt Riddle's done? So
Nope.
Yeah. So first of all, like I said, I didn't watch the show, but I did see the cliff notes on YouTube just to see how bad this match was. And this is probably the worst match that probably ever took place on the planet,
ever?
Ever.
Girl, that's a bold statement.
It's bad. And look.
Wait, are we talking about the Goldberg Undertaker one?
Right, yes.
Oh yeah. Okay, you're not wrong.
Okay. And I thought Jeff Hardy versus Sting in TNA when Jeff Hardy was on meth was bad. This was kind
allegedly
of fucked up.
On meth.
Allegedly. Yeah, allegedly. Yes. Sorry about that. Yeah. So obviously Goldberg busted his head open even before he started the match, which I always think that's stupid. Number two, I will take into consideration that they both are over 50 years old. And they were wrestling supposedly in 103-degree weather. So,
oh yeah, dude. Every single report that I saw, Patrick, said that there was people leaking all over backstage saying that it was unworkable, unbearable, that they had to drink rehydrating salt drinks that were awful and disgusting, and it didn't even help them. And so many people were just dehydrated, and because it was just so insanely hot there. And, WWE's used to flitting around the world. Yeah. It takes several days, however. Okay. So when I was coaching men's roller derby, the USA Derby team that skated at the first ever men's roller derby World Cup in 2014, I was one of the coaches. And we treated it like it was our Olympics. And so we started looking into how Olympians train and how do they prepare for being in a completely different climate, time zone, away from home, all of the above.
Yeah.
It takes something, depending on how many hours it takes for you to get to the destination that you're at. So, if, for example, it was in Birmingham, England. So that's I want to say a 7-hour flight. Yeah. Right? That's where we were. So we try to tell our team to get to the UK a week in advance, because for every hour you have to travel, it takes your body a full day to fully recover to be a high level athlete. So if they're going to Saudi Arabia, Jesus fuck, I don't know how many hours that is on a plane. 20.
Yeah, I can. Like I said, I can tell a lot of those guys didn't want to be there. The only good match I've heard on the show was Andrade versus Finn Balor. Everything else was pretty much laughable. One of my buddies said Triple H versus Randy Orton could have been like pretty much a house show match because they were just trading fucking wrestling codes for about a good 10 minutes. Then of course you throw a RKO and a pedigree in there once or twice, and there's the match. So, um, but yeah, Matt Riddle was just very critical of Goldberg. Pretty much called him the worst wrestler in the business. Also made some other jokes, and then he went and I saw his IG post where he was kind of like, look, I love professional wrestling. I just want people to be safe in the ring and stuff. And yeah, Goldberg was kind of reckless with that jackhammer. It was definitely a brain buster. Um, and then Undertaker botched the tombstone as well, and there was rumors that Goldberg knocked himself out. I saw the video where he collapsed at the end of the match. Look, man, he is on the list of people I never want to see wrestle. Undertaker's on that list. Goldberg is on that list. Kurt Angle's on that list, and Drake Maverick. Other than that,
Yo, hold on. You gonna respect Mr. Maverick, all right?
you know what? I wouldn't mind him being.
He's not Hornswoggle. Don't say that.
Yeah,
Yo,
okay.
put some respect
Although
on.
Hornswoggle is very, very nice.
Yeah, he is. He is a fucking sweetheart.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, so pretty much blood in the sand. Oh, and he also talked shit about Lacey Evans too because she sandbagged Bailey on Monday.
That was fucking
Raw.
brilliant, though. As soon as I read that, I had to send that to you guys. I just thought it was so great.
Yeah, so I like the fact that the wrestlers are pretty much in a no fucks given type mood when it comes to social media. It's not like they're being punished for the things that they say and stuff, So that's cool. Another cool thing that happened was Leo Rush reappeared on social media with this new trailer, which is kind of like, it was like high budget. It wasn't like no fucking backroom shit. It was actually pretty good. And there is no official word that he's released or whatever the case is. There are rumors that he's going back to NXT. And I'm kind of curious about the, he got this new color scheme going on. He's not smiling no more. He's like, I don't know if he's angry or he has a chip on his shoulder.
Can I be perfectly honest with you?
Yeah.
When I watched it, I was very conflicted because part of me really likes him because I know he's a good dude and he's a hardworking guy. And, he's small in stature, but he's big in talent. And like in the wrestling world, that's why I love wrestling so much. Like size shouldn't matter. People of all sizes, all colors, all genders, whatever, can do amazing things if they just work at it. And this guy can fucking work. I just kind of felt like it was almost like it felt like a vanity project rather than what the Jon Moxley trailer felt like to me, which was like, oh shit, wake up and take notice. It just felt weird. It didn't feel like the brilliance of all the Leo Rush promos that I've been loving for years. I guess I was disappointed by it. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know, because the way that promo was shot, it definitely reminded me of like some AEW type shit or whatever. And maybe that was the purpose of him doing it, to make people be like, oh, maybe he's making a jump over there too, or
Well, I mean, he certainly had the off-white, the gold and black color combo, which was the first thing I said to you guys. I was like, dudes, check this. Also, those colors, huh?
Yeah.
And maybe that was like a subtle swerve, or maybe that was a subtle nod. I guess it remains to be seen. I hope he goes to NXT and they utilize him and utilize him well. I felt like it was more like, you're so broke and you talk about how you don't make any money, but then you're putting out this like crazy, beautiful piece. Like, why?
Hey, maybe that's government assistance, man. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on.
That's right.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm looking forward to seeing Leo Rush back on TV because we can look at Bobby Lashley right now, and he pretty much sucks without Leo Rush. I thought Leo Rush was a good piece for him. Um, moving on though, worst kept secret in probably the business.
Water is wet.
Yeah,
Sean Spears is officially all elite.
yeah. I was just like, oh, okay. Like they posted the picture of the announcement. I was just like, oh, okay.
Oxygen required.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I'm sitting there going like, all my phone, like I got people like blowing my tweets up, like, hey, he signed. I'm like, yeah, they go, my phone's like, yeah, you see this? I'm like, this is the worst. Like, dude was hanging out with Billy Gunn in New York the entire weekend. If he did, it more as a shock if he didn't sign.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like if you pulled like a Joey Ryan, then I would have been like, oh damn. Or he said, oh yeah, I'm signing with Impact. Yeah, I would have been shocked. But we knew who was coming. He was signed when he did the fucking over the whatever the fucking Royal.
Oh, when he was the 10 card?
Yeah.
Because other things that are shocking?
Yeah, that was a big shot too. So
like, fuck it, make him the 11. You know what I mean? Like, really shake things up.
Yeah, and I guess Pac is also part of AEW still, according to Cody, which I really don't even care about anymore. It'd be nice to see him, but I don't care. But something very important: tickets for All Out go on sale tomorrow at 11 a.m.
11 a.m. for us in Chicago.
And
Nooner for you, Shaggy.
Yeah. And
my bro fans ain't buying no tickets. Y'all can buy tickets on the East Coast at
I'm just saying, for you East Coastians.
Yeah, East Coastians. Us Centralians.
Centralians.
Centralians. We got 11 a.m. And like I told you guys off camera, I got money put away for it. Hopefully I don't strike out. If I do, I won't. It's not the end of the world. I'm pretty sure, if I do get a ticket, I'll probably sit next to somebody that's fucking musty or something.
So, Patrick.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
I'm obviously going to attempt to buy tickets tomorrow. If I get them, clearly I will be purchasing a pair. One would be for me, one would be for you. Just so you know.
Okay.
But I don't know that I'll get through because I'm just a, lackey. I'm just the part-timer that sometimes folds t-shirts for a living. So I don't know.
Yo, just keep me in your thoughts and prayers and like just buy nigga a t-shirt.
I got you.
Thank you, sir.
Well, that's a given. I mean,
I'm still hurt. I missed out on the 11,000 shirt that was at All In.
Did you miss the part of our conversation when I said I was elbow deep in John Moxley t-shirts? Like, I kind of work at the AEW merchandiser.
I figured you do, but I want no goddamn more like John Moxley shirt. That's all right. We good.
No. But I'm saying, like, if there's a shirt at AEW at an AEW event that you want, like, I can legit buy it for you from the place that hires me when they need extra help.
Bet. So, we will revisit this topic.
Yeah.
Remember, we were there. We took photos outside of it. I had to stop traffic.
Yeah. No, we stopped traffic to do that. And I'm just like, it's all a blur. It's all malort. That's all that is.
That means I did it right.
Yeah. So
damn you.
Hopefully everybody can get their tickets. If not, watch it on Bleacher Report Live or fucking pay-per-view or whatever the case may be. But if you're going to buy the pay-per-view and expect a guy that his name rhymes with CM Skunk, he's not gonna. He told fans that they asked him, "Are you going to disappoint us by not showing up to AEW All Out?" And he was just like, "Yeah."
Like literally, his response was 3 letters: YES.
Yes.
It was like great. So I mean, I don't know. Like apparently,
man. Like you asked him, what do you want him to do? Lie?
Yeah, the Khan family wanted him before even reaching out to the Elite. They wanted it. They were dreaming of starting their own wrestling company. Which, hey, we've all been there. We just don't have the money to do so.
Yeah, just don't have the money to do it.
It's weird. I got like a cup full of quarters. I feel like I could start some weird shit with that. What do you think? But
we'll do it in Cicero, Illinois. Get some juggalos.
Very Capone. Yeah, so Cicero is a town that Al Capone basically owned right outside of Chicago, Shaggy, just so you know.
Kind of figured.
Um, cool. Anyway, so Khan went on record saying that he has wanted CM Punk from Jump Street, but CM Punk still is like, I don't know that I want to go back to wrestling, which I totally understand that. He went back as like a little shtick for like a production that was closing in Milwaukee and
Allegedly.
losing their venue. And people like crucified the guy. Is that how you want to live your life? I don't want to live my life like that. Dude, I hear from people all the time like, oh, she's bigger than the people that she interviews. Oh God, she's scary. And I'm like, go fuck yourself. You're just jealous
I
because you
think
don't
you
get to
are kind
like,
of scary.
you know what well, I mean, I am kind of scary. You're right. But
Hashtag
you know,
well.
I mean, people like crucify me and I'm not even like a 27th as huge, like this dude is like next level. Like people think I have a CM Punk tattoo when they see my Chicago flag tattoo that I've had since I was fucking 19 years old. You know what I mean? Like this is like personal Jesus level of weird. So I don't know. But can we talk about the shirt I really need to buy?
No,
Oh my
they
God.
don't feeding your addiction. Your addiction.
My addiction. Oh no, but it's so good. Like the second
no.
Miz appeared on camera and he like ripped his shirt open and I saw that sweet potato with fists and a mullet. I was like, that's a thing. This needs to be a thing if it's not a thing. Sure as shit. There's a Miz Dad t-shirt that says like my mood, which I don't really care for internet speak, but I enjoy it because it's hilarious. It's him when he was all like, here I am at WrestleMania 35 and I snuck into the ring and I'm going to box Shane McMahon. And then he ended up getting his ass beat.
Yeah.
I think we all, like everybody in the universe, not like WWE universe, but like the actual universe, need that shirt.
Yeah, I actually thought about buying that shirt. Like it,
Okay,
like to
so
me, it was actually. I was like, "Yo, that's a real shirt. That's a real shirt. I would actually buy that shirt. That shirt's better than most of the shirts they printed out here recently. Like,
hell yeah.
I'm with it. Like that one shirt. He's like mood, and I was like, nope, you can get it at WWE.com. I was like, you know what? I would actually buy this shirt.
That's what I'm saying. I can't wait till it's like 50% off or buy one, get one for $1. And then I buy another Charlotte shirt and then get that one. I immediately cut the sleeves
Oh
off.
my lord, Val's
See,
gonna
this
buy
is not.
everything.
Look, let's switch the topic before she like thinks of 11 more shirts to buy.
Alexa Bliss has shirts that even I wouldn't buy.
Damn it.
But the coffee mug has me all sorts of tempted.
See? Oh my lord, I can see Val get one of those mugs, but
No, if it was on clearance, yes.
okay. Okay.
My birthday is January 2nd for those of you that want to send me stupid shit. You could send it to Nisei Lounge.
That is true.
I'm gonna just send you a card that says you have a fucking problem.
Oh my lord.
But can we talk about a way that my buying obsessive wrestling merch can actually like help the universe,
Yeah.
like the world? Can we talk
Sure.
about this? So here's me scouring www.shop.com. They're doing all these photo shoots, which we'll talk about one that is not cool in a minute. I forgot to put it in the notes, but it's very, very not okay. So they're doing all these like pride photo shoots, which I think is wonderful, important, and essential. And so happy Pride Month to everybody listening. It's crucial, and the people that are, I don't even want to talk about the straight parade. Like, please, can we set it on fire? But anyway.
Yeah, that's when people say shit like that, like a straight pride, all that shit. That's all like to me. That's like all lives matter, kind of. It's like
and it's
let let everyone celebrate what they want to celebrate without any fucking consequences and repercussions. Let's all love each other and all that good shit. I would have more to say right now, but I'm high and I don't want to say anything too crazy to offend straight people. But I'm just like, yo, y'all gotta chill. Like, y'all gotta chill, relax.
To me, straight pride parade is the same as White History Month. Go fuck yourself.
Hey, you said it, not me.
Well, and I will say it over and over and over because it is not necessary. It is redundant. It is ridiculous. It is unfair. But without being too political, I went to go look at Sonia's merch. She doesn't have anything specifically for Pride, but if you want to support gay wrestler. She's the first openly lesbian WWE wrestler. So that'd be a great way to celebrate Pride Month by supporting Sonya Deville. There's, the Balor Club for All Pride looking muscle tee. Like it's the rainbow flag, but it's not specifically Pride. Or you could do something that will actually make a difference with your merch obsessions if you got one like I got. And you can go pick up a Freelance is Home Pride shirt. Now, I wear my Freelance is Home shirt constantly. This one, instead of having like our traditional green skull logo, it has the Pride colored logo. Or honestly, any freelance merch, you can get 15% off at prowrestlingtees.com by using the code freelance5. But all of the Pride designs, there's a couple of them right now. All the profits, 100% of the profits from those freelance Pride designs will be donated to Trevor's Project to help benefit LGBTQ youth. So if you want to do something because you're like, hey, I support people being themselves, and love is love. As long as you love, it shouldn't matter who you love. And even if you're like, I don't really understand what all the hubbub is about, maybe check out at Trevor's Project and see what freelance has, aligned themselves with.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty rad. I think there's no reason for somebody to not purchase freelance merch. Not only are you going to get 15% off, but 100% of the profits are going directly to Trevor's Project, which is a great group helping kids that, it's essential, I think.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to put this in the description of the podcast. So
good.
When it comes up, so people can see it and check it out and stuff like that. So I'm definitely with that. And I kind of know, I kind of have a hint of who you're talking about, the photo shoots that were kind of one that was inappropriate. I thought coming from the person that did it.
Yes.
I'm thinking we're talking about the same person.
Yeah. So, and I have a hard time because I have a really hard time. I don't know. Okay, so I'm just going to be honest. So Dana Warrior, who I believe has nothing but good intentions, she posted a picture of herself with the rainbow overlay that it's the lighting that all the WWE wrestlers have been using, all the talent have been using in their photos. But she's wearing Ultimate Warrior clothing and the Ultimate Warrior face paint. And it's just kind of a slap in the face of the LGBTQ community, considering all the homophobic slurs and like the disgusting words that came out of his mouth. I mean, meanwhile, Trevor Project is like trying to help kids. I feel like she doesn't realize how much damage she's doing to people it's so tone deaf.
So I get why she did it, because no one knows who the fuck she is just by looking at her. Hell, I didn't know who the fuck that was until I had to piece two and two together. Yeah. And then it's just kind of like, oh, like all three type of notions. Like, I understand why she did it, but it's one of those things like, hey, maybe you kind of should have thought this out.
Like, how did nobody think this was an issue? I understand that WWE seems to be staffed by a large percentage of like yes men, I get that, because they're just like, some people are just like, one day Vince will retire and then we can go back to being a positive, supportive, awesome company. And like, it's just like so tone deaf. Like, why would nobody try to stop that from happening? Or maybe have her do some work and donate money to LGBTQ to the community.
Has she not done any of that?
I don't think so.
Do we know any? Like, my whole thing is, like I said, I can be bothered by it, but it's not like she's like doing it in bad intentions. No one knows who she is, so she goes with the claim of fame of like who she is, who she's related to, And like I said, it's unless you do your Googles or you were a fucking bunch of marks like we are, you're not gonna know what he said. Like,
right, but I mean, here's the thing though, is that the community, like, just like if somebody's dropping N-bombs, they're not going to be like 100% being like, oh yeah, Hulk Hogan, great idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he should not be doing a thing during Black History Month if he's not doing anything to make strides in his character.
I am actually waiting for that day because I know
God.
it's going to fucking happen. And I'm going to just sit here and go like, man.
Please don't kill Patrick.
You guys are going to fucking like, I was like, you, I'm not going to sit here and just be like, bruh.
They're going to bring Hogan back on TV and the New Day are going to just beat the shit out of him. That's going to be the...
I was actually waiting for them to do a New Day skit at Mania with
Hogan. I 100% were as well.
Waiting for it. I was like, I'm going to cringe because it's going to happen because they're trying to make this better. Like I said, they're like, with her doing it, they like I said, hey, you just do ahead and do that. And it's like, bro, that's probably not the best idea. It's kind of like it's kind of like naming the trophy after Fabulous Moolah when she actually, but they were like, hey, this is a good idea. And it's like, she pimped all those women, right? It's like, oh shit. So let's go back and edit that. It's like they don't sit there and think, and there's like, yo, you should probably not do that. So
but here's the thing, Shaggy, you've just listed like 2 huge incidences where people were like, ooh, like, shouldn't there be somebody like, can that be my job with WWE? Can I be the person that's like, tap, tap, tap. Hey, that's a dick move. Can I be the person that's like inappropriate? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, don't they have somebody that's their job to make sure that things like that does not happen?
Yeah, I think they could have had a better representative do that. There's tons of people. They could have called fucking Darren Young. Like someone that's actually,
a member of the community.
Yeah.
And also was a wrestler for a long time with WWE that they kind of threw him under the bus. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like I've met the woman. She is lovely. She is so nice. I don't think she has a bad bone in her body. I think she had a bad bone in her long enough while he was alive. But like, it's just, I mean, I have serious issues with Ultimate Warrior on many, 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 many levels.
He said some crazy shit.
And it's hard for me because growing up, I mean, we'd always be like hulking up, or you'd be like doing the warrior stomp. You know what I mean? And
nah, man, I was cracking like coconuts over people's heads and
for sure.
Might like just taking all the cocaine and cutting promos about cream and just like going yeah all the time. I was a huge bad guy, and I actually, you know what? I was doing more Mr. Perfect shit when I was younger. I was trying to like flip a towel behind my back and catch it and spit a piece of. Every time I still do it. I spit gum out and I would try to smack it with my hand like he would do, and just so I can launch that shit. I still do it. I'm 33 years old and I'm still trying to do that shit. And
I would dance with birds on my shoulder. I absolutely understand that. Wow.
Like just try to do the fucking thing like that. Yeah, no, I kind of do that. But like every time I see Marty do it, I'm like, okay, that's fucking, pile driver. Fuck it.
So I'm the only one that dressed like Akeem the Dream?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. You dress like Akeem the Dream.
That's crazy.
That's you. That's all you.
All right. Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, don't go buy a freelance shirt. 100% of the freelance Pride designs will be donated. The profits from that will be donated to the Trevor Project. No S in Trevor's. And it's the world's largest suicide prevention and crisis intervention organization for LGBTQ youth. So awesome. It's a great resource for kids in need.
Yeah. Adam Rose. He's wrestling in his last match. Really don't care. That's it.
Well, I thought it was, he's about to wrestle his last match in his home state, which is Florida, which is where Shaggy's from. So I was trying to find a little Floridian wrestling news for you.
Man, there's if it's not Gator wrestling, then it's not really Floridian wrestling.
Yeah, I was about to say, we got
I'm gonna just be
wrestling
real because
Gator.
wrestling is wrestling down here. Like all of you motherfuckers come from like your cities where you're at, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna go retire to Florida. Like that's exactly what it is. Like 2/3 of the wrestlers still live in like Tampa. So yeah,
Mhm.
it's. I mean, most of them for WWE purposes moved to Orlando. I mean, now, I mean, it was Tampa for the longest time. Tampa and Orlando's were wrestling hotbeds of like just
Mhm.
wrestling retirement homes,
My thing
like
is,
legitimately.
my thing with Adam Rose is okay. Number one, like a couple months ago, he pretty much said he hated the business. Like, oh, don't want to do it no more. I hate it. Blah blah blah. Then he comes out and says that he's retiring. And I thought he was only saying that he was retiring to try to get sympathy from these new companies, AEW, or MLW, Ring of Honor, or something, that someone would throw him a bone. So no one threw him a bone, and I was like, okay, let me just wrestle my last match, get it over with. And the thing is with me, when he was Leo Kruger, I thought he was amazing as that character.
Ditto.
You know, I thought he was really good, and I thought that
Mhm.
would have been a good character for him on in NXT. But of course, they turned him into fucking Russell Brand, and we saw what happened with that. And the only good thing that came out of Adam Rose was Alexa Bliss and Braun Strowman, and that's about it.
Simon Grimm, wasn't he one of them?
Yeah, he
Wasn't
was
Becky
too.
Lynch Rosebud
Yes,
also?
she was. Yes, she was a Rosebud as well.
When she
So
still like hella over tweezed her eyebrows, she was a
yeah,
Rosebud.
yeah.
My man Jack Sexsmith was a rosebud.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, so that was the only good thing about that. So congratulations to Adam Rose on his retirement. I hope that it's all good. And speaking of retirements or not hoping they don't retire, Sasha Banks, will she ever
Oof.
wrestle again? I don't know. I mean, I know she's been changing her like everything's she's going by her real name, Mercedes, a lot, and that's kind of typical now for WWE wrestlers. They have their shoot names as their IG or Twitter or whatever the case may be. You know,
Unless you're Shane Strickland, then they only let you keep your swerve.
yeah. Oh my God. You know what? Yeah, I wanted to talk about that too. I forgot, man. The NXT, they are smoking K2 right now, but we'll get to that. But um, Sasha Banks, do I see her back on WWE TV? Yes, we will see her back on WWE TV only because she
Her
just
contract's
signed.
long as fuck.
Yeah, I about to say her contract was like
She ain't
fucking. She
going
just signed like a
nowhere.
3-year extension or some shit like that. So, um, I see her coming back. She'll come back, and do what she do. I don't think they'll job her out, but she's not going to sit out for 3 years. And WWE is definitely not going to grant her a release, because if she went over, pretty much she would go to AEW. That, like, there's no if ands or buts. She'll go over there and be the top female over there. So um, there's WWE 2K20 news. Oh, she filmed. I guess she's been filming stuff for that. Oh, okay. Cardi B loves wrestling. I saw that she made a video a while back talking about she lied, cheating, still, and I guess a fan asked her like, "Hey, um, who was your favorites growing up?" And she named Booker T, Batista, Lita, and some other people as well. So it's good to know that Cardi B was once a
Triple
fan of
H.
Triple H, yeah. So I'm assuming she was a SmackDown person. If she named all those people, they were all on SmackDown during that time. So
Yeah. And somebody asked her why not Stone Cold, and she was like, he didn't wrestle when I was watching wrestling. And she's
yeah.
like trading barbs back and forth online. I guess Mela wore her gear last night on SmackDown, inspired by her Invasion of Privacy album cover.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's
So,
cool.
and yeah, I mean, it's just interesting. It's
Oh,
I
no, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, I mean, I was gonna say like I kind of have issues with Cardi B personally, but I think
I
it's interesting that
think I know why.
why is that my friend?
Didn't she not? Did she say some not so quite nice things about the?
Yes.
Yes, I knew it. I was waiting. One of us is going to mention it.
Yeah. So it's weird because I'm stoked that somebody in prominent pop culture is like saying, yo, wrestling. But I'm also like, ooh, you're kind of transphobic, homophobic, and drug dudes and rob them when they're passed out. So I don't know. I don't know if you should be like the role model for lady marks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Understandable.
I mean, it sucks because it's like, dude, I don't want to support anything you do. It's like, all right, man. That's like Stalin liking your fucking painting. Yeah, it's Stalin, but it's fucking Stalin.
Yeah.
Right. So what I would like to say is instead of maybe like retweeting her tweets, I personally have been retweeting DJ Accident Report because DJ Accident Report is one of the nobodies watching wrestling drag queens that review wrestling. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. I talk about them, I think, a lot, but
Yeah, I've checked it out.
yeah. It's pretty awesome. They're fantastic. They're fun. They have a different take on wrestling than maybe people are used to, but it's
Mm-hmm.
entertaining AF, and they're just wonderful, wonderful queens. And so, since this is Pride Month, DJ Accident Report has been tweeting one LGBTQ pro wrestler for each day of Pride. So it's pretty cool
That
just
is
to see
dope.
like an awesome positive spin on, by the way, you can be a fabulous gay and a fabulous wrestler. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is
Um,
dope.
and yeah, I absolutely love following DJ Accident Report. Very entertaining.
Yeah,
Eric underscore Shorey. Um, he also was the one that wrote the China article that I got interviewed for.
yeah.
So yeah,
So yeah, and shout out to all the wrestlers that are actually really out there supporting Pride Month and stuff, and not everyone coming together and just supporting and being there for each other, man. Especially in the time like this, and how the world's pretty much fucked up. It's good to see people actually getting along and wrestlers coming out and supporting other gay and lesbian wrestlers and stuff like that. It's pretty dope, especially Nyla Rose always comes into mind with me. How people always say
absolutely.
like mean stuff, and the wrestlers are always going to bat for them. Also, Sunny Kiss as well.
Sunny Kiss. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, and that's a perfect example of two amazing human beings that because of who they are and who they are authentically, honestly, 100% are being shredded because it's different than maybe what other people are used to. It's for me, it's not different. It's like I grew up, blocks away from one of the best neighborhoods in the country. And so for me, it's just, okay, love who you love as long as you love. Who cares? You be you and I'll be me. And together, hopefully, we'll get along. And
yeah.
it baffles me that when these people that are like part of, oh God, I just did a These People promo.
These
Um,
people, I
these
gotta put in
people,
that phrases.
no, no, I meant like
I'm so
basically
glad.
like,
This is one of those times I'm really glad he doesn't have that fucking board.
Yeah,
no, but I mean, like these people that like are wrestling fans, and we're kind of counterculture. We're certainly not mainstream. I mean, there are the mainstream John Cena's and Nikki Bella's and yada yada. Bautista, Brock Lesnar. Like, I get it, but the majority of wrestling fans are like the dorks and the dweebs and the nerds that love athletic theater.
yeah,
Like that's who we are. This is who we are. We're like a counterculture, subculture, whatever you want. And so to see people like shun people for being quote unquote different, even though they're just being themselves, it's just bizarre. So it's been wonderful to see how warm and considerate people have been during Pride Month. So
yeah, yeah. So that's definitely dope. Let me look at. Is that all the news we have?
I think
Yeah,
so.
I think
Wait,
that.
I got a couple of
Oh,
news
go ahead.
because all this WWE talk's making my ass itch.
Yeah,
Um,
fuck that. Yeah.
in the indies or the popular indies, there was some news that dropped earlier this week, or actually I think today, about Alberto El Patron. I'd like to just call him Albert of the River, and Chavo
Yeah.
Guerrero, uh,
Yeah.
and Chavo Guerrero have actually begun to own their own wrestling promotion in Mexico called Nacion Lucha Libre, with a TV deal lined up with Imaging Television for later this year. So they actually are looking at getting a lot of Mexican stars, but mostly the new ones. Obviously, those two themselves: Mil Muertes, Phantasma, Sexy Star, LAX, Puma King, the Lucha Bros, Ray Horace, Lariato Kid, Mecha Wolf, Dr. Wagner Jr., Thunder Rosa, Ricardo Rodriguez, Carlito, Brahm, MVP, Daga, Taurus, and Flamita. Now, with these names that I have here, most of those names to you guys, if you're not, most of these names you probably will recognize from Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of those cats are trying to either, if they didn't get
Thunder
out
Rosa. Just a badass in general.
Thunder Rosa was on Lucha Underground.
I know, but that's not where I first fell in love with her as an athlete and a performer. So to me, it's like
nerd.
I know, because I'm such a dork. And she's La Mera Mera. She's the best. She's actually wrestling on Friday at Freelance.
Mm-hmm.
You plug that wonderment. You plug it.
I will.
Freelance.
See?
One of those things that I really wanted AEW to start doing, only because if they were trying to tap into AAA Mexico, and AAA actually had the Lucha Underground contracts and stuff, but Lucha Underground had the television contracts with just all bungled and everything, so people were trying to get out of those contracts. So I was wondering, why not hit those guys up, because that's just more people that you can market, that some people would actually know who they are. Because I would have loved to see that, because even seeing Luchasaurus on there, and that's how I got into him, was from Lucha Underground, and I was just like, fantastic. Now, granted, I didn't see him do all those kicks, but hey, that was still that's one of the degrees of the person that's amazing. Yeah. The other set of news, obviously, do you guys have any thoughts on that right there with anything with those two?
That's actually a fucking great roster that you present. Like you told, like there's a lot of good people on there. Shit, I'm
surprised though. I mean, it's not going to be like all exclusive. Like it can't. 90% of those people that you said have like contracts with other people as well. Like Hello Lucha Brothers.
Yeah, Lucha Brothers are all just flaunting it all down. They're just flaunting it everywhere. They just got.
I say hell yeah, do it while you can. This is not a long-term career for most people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's mostly just they try to get their ties in with Mexico. One surprisingly name I didn't see was Tejano, but I believe he's probably, because AAA is not going to let him kind of go around like that. But I'm intrigued. Excuse me, I'm intrigued to see what's going on with that, because honestly, I'm interested in that. I mean, just try to see. I mean, Albert has the money from that, but I kind of want to see how they do that. But it's interesting to see what they're going to do with the money and everything, because it maybe just be like a Lucha Underground revamp. Hopefully, if it gets the market in America. Speaking of America, one last thing I'll mention, which actually doesn't happen in America, but one of the things starts in America. So we actually have the G1 Classic coming up here, and we all know the G1 kind of kicks off in Dallas this year in America. But I know you guys, anybody watched Dominion? Anybody followed up, read about Dominion?
I saw some of the highlights.
You saw it?
Yeah, same.
So we saw after John Moxley destroyed a poor young boy. You see that he announced that he was actually entering his name into the hat of the G1 Climax tournament.
Yeah.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. What makes it even crazier, that same day, Kenta, formerly known as Hideo Itami, has also put his name in the G1 Climax. And the first thing he said in the normal interview earlier today, I want to say, for New Japan's podcast, is he brought up John Moxley. He was like, he brought up his time in WWE. He was like, I wasn't just known as stupid Hideo Itami, but now I'm Kenta. So now I want to mess him up. So I know it's kind of like him talking, just talking a promo up, but it's just interesting because now they can beat the holy shit out of each other. Like
You know,
just
no,
just
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
go ahead, go ahead.
No, no, no,
No,
go,
no,
go,
no.
go.
Look, I'm all about violence. I want to see motherfuckers get fucked up. But after what happened with I think it was Kota Ibushi's match, when he took that suplex off the side of the apron and like fucked himself up,
Oh my god! And then only had a black eye to show for it.
yeah, like
Phew.
yeah, it's I need for the wrestlers over there to calm down a little bit, bro. Like it's okay.
See, the funny thing about that is, Pat, because I don't know if you how much you watch, it's always just Naito and Ibushi. When those two get in the ring together, it's like playing with your cousins, like the one you're really close with, or like your little brother, and you're doing all these wrestling moves, and they mess around and get hurt, and they're like, "Oh my god, don't tell mom, don't tell mom, don't tell mom, don't tell mom,"
Oh, okay.
because they legitimately try to one up each other, even to the point to where we like when Coda fought Naito at in New York for the G1 Supercard, we all was sitting there cringing because we're like, yo, they're gonna try and kill each other, and they're having fun trying to do it, and I'm just like, just got everybody be all right, and yikes, they constantly do this every single time, and it blows my mind. It's like none of you are severely hurt. But it's the
Yeah.
weirdest thing because it's like, but he'll slip on something and it's like he'll tear his ACL and it's done. But if he's in the ring with Naito, he's like, yo, we're gonna try and die tonight, all right? Big, let's go. But the other spectacular names that are in this card so far, obviously, the Best of Super Juniors winner. I'm rolling my eyes. Will Ospreay. I have nothing against Will Ospreay. I actually really enjoy him. Really nice dude. Not super, not I mean, yeah, not like Keith Lee and like Keith Lee nice, but nice, like really nice dude, upstanding dude. This guy, but I really wanted Shingo to win that. But you got Will Ospreay. You got
Yeah.
actually Shingo is throwing his name in there, and
Shingo, my favorite.
Lance Archer, maybe a name that you guys remember
Zero.
from and like Juice Robinson and also Chris Jericho.
Hmm.
Some of the names that's starting off to being in the G1 climax.
Hmm.
Thoughts on that guy?
I'm over
I mean,
Jericho.
yeah, I was just gonna say I don't know. I mean, I'm still going on the cruise, but I'm just like,
Oh.
does he have to be in shut up, Patrick? Does he have to be in another thing? Even though he's like removing himself from the Fighter Fest, even though he wasn't planning on being there in the first
I
place
think that's just
anyway.
hilarious, by the way.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious, I thought, because it was very much like Fire Fest, people just dropping out being like, I couldn't possibly be a part of this.
I can't be a part of this. I don't trust this. And even Corey Taylor's like, yeah, I can't be a part of this either. He's like, wait, hold on, time out. Can you
Yeah.
DM me, please? And I'm just sitting there going like, everything about this is funny.
Yeah. I'm just over Jericho, man. He's going to be in the title picture for AEW. He's in the current title picture for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Like, dude, like, we get it. You're one of the goats. You're one of the goats. Like, come on, man. Pass some. Give someone the rub. Give someone else the rub, man.
I don't mind him being in the G1 tournament because it's a tournament that lasts damn near all fucking summer.
I was gonna say,
So
plus like it's like the G. Oh god, it's so long. That's why I'm
it's
like, I'll watch it later.
yeah,
You
the
know,
way like for those who don't watch the G1 climax, it's pretty much New Japan's version of the Royal Rumble, only it's not a rumble, it's a round robin tournament.
Yeah.
And the winners of both either block A and block B will face each other at one of the later pay-per-views to determine who will be co-main eventing for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom.
which is at the start of January.
Yes, which is their WrestleMania. Every January 4th?
Yeah,
I
it's
believe.
usually around the 4th because it's always right around my birthday, which is the 2nd. So that's why I'm like, you know what? Honestly, at this point, I'm so busy with baseball season and Freelance's 5th anniversary is tomorrow. And so for me, I'm just like, I'll watch clips here and there, but I'm not going to get super deep into it probably until October, November. That's when I start getting really into it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I got to watch this.
I watched the first night, and then after that, I watched the big matches because it's like it's the tournament's so long that some of those guys want to protect themselves, so you're not going to get like a bang up like 6-star match every single time. Because I
Right.
seen Nakamura years doing the G1, and it's not like he's kind of taking it slow. Same thing with Okada, AJ Styles, any name you thought was in the G1, they kind of chill out. But but some of the matchups, like I'll watch, like some of the match, like big name matchups, I'll watch, like Kenta versus John Moxley. If they're in the same block, I'm watching that. If like Jericho versus Will Ospreay, I'll watch that. Just like stuff like that to pique my interest in those matches. So
Yeah.
I would watch those big name ones. Like if it's a match I want to see, I'll gladly be like, okay, I'm gonna watch this. Otherwise, just like you guys, I'll watch the first night. After that, I'll catch up. But I'll just typically watch the matches throughout GIFs.
Yeah, because it's so much, and it's just like it's so much intense and awesome. But like you said, people kind of like dial it in a little bit in the first like 2-3 months. It's almost like I don't know, man. Like the draft. Like I'll watch the draft for other sports, but like I don't watch college sports because I don't give a crap. But like right before the NBA draft or the NHL draft or NFL draft or MLB draft, whatever, you know what I mean? Then I'll start looking into it and finding out who's what and who's going where. Then I
Yeah.
care. I don't care about college sports because like 2/3 of those people are not going to end up on a team I have a tattoo of on my body. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think it's a little different with this, but I don't know. I just feel like they're just kind of like, it's a long summer, man. I'll wait until like October, November when my summer is chilled out and over. And it's like, oh yeah, I got a lot of free time. I'm going to watch some of this G1.
Yeah, that's Pat. What about you, Patrick? Boy, you done smoked yourself to death, didn't you?
Oh no, is he the smoke show?
You probably did. You probably ran to the bathroom, so I guess it's just me and you.
Oh,
About like
champ.
I feel the same way though, and it's funny because not even I love baseball. You know I love baseball. I actually have my
Mm-hmm.
Red Sox World Series championship shirt on right now.
Nice.
It's 162 games of baseball.
Yeah.
I'm only good for 30 of them. Just like the G1, I'm not watching all of these. Like I'll watch the important ones, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, for me, I mean,
Definitely, yeah.
it's. Oh, hi, Patrick.
Buddy, you
Were you hanging out
okay?
with Drake? What were you just doing?
No, I was talking. I don't know why it wasn't coming through. Like I was
It's probably
saying,
because you were talking to Drake.
yeah, probably, maybe the devil lettuce got me. I don't know. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
Well, we'll just ask you this: what are your thoughts about the G1? How would you actually spend on like watching that?
How would I spend all night watching that?
How would you feel about like how what are your thoughts on G1 and on how do you go about watching it?
Oh, I'm just gonna wait. It's too fucking long.
Yeah.
It's too fucking long. All at the end of the day, I just want to see. I got to see the bracket to know who's what, but I do want Shingo to win. I don't want like John Moxley or Jericho, one of those guys to win. Let one of their guys win.
Yeah, it's
Stop letting these
rarely
Western
ever
guys.
it's rarely ever a Western guy to win.
Better not be a gaijin. Mm-mm.
No, it's rarely ever a gaijin. Like, and even then, like it's super rare. Like Kenny won, but
I was gonna
that's
say
it.
Kenny Omega is
Yeah,
basically, you know, the
Like
only person I feel like it's okay.
yeah, he's the only one that's won it. Like there have been guys in the finals, but
Yeah.
Gaijins in the finals, but they haven't won it. Kenny was like the only one that won in a long time. AJ Styles didn't even win that.
Right.
So like he's got the belt, but he never won the G1. Like Kenny did that. So yeah, I understand that. They always do their guys first.
yeah. Like I said, Well, if that's the case, if no American is going to win it, then like I said, my pick so far would be Shingo from Lij. So, but I'm just gonna wait until I want to wait until the shit actually like takes off. I'm not about to be one of those supreme neckbeards starting at the first day and watching every night. I can't do it. I'm too old for this shit. I can't
I
do
feel
it.
attacked.
I can't do it. I mean, but you're not gonna watch it every
No,
fucking
man, I'm watching the first night. You're crazy. Like
right.
I'm
Yeah,
just that's it.
yeah. So yeah. So I'm excited about it. Anything besides WWE. WWE shit right now is just horrible, and I hate sounding like that because now I sound like every other fat ass Cheeto smelling Mark right now that just want to talk shit about WWE. But WWE has been trash. Raw was trash this week. All they did was advance the storylines of Blood in the Sand. Same thing with SmackDown. The only good shit really that happened on Tuesday was Chad Gable on 205 Live, which my condolences to him because WWE doesn't really give a shit about that show, but I think it's the second best show that they have. And dude, that was a good ass fucking match. Him against Jack Gallagher. Good fucking match. But you know what? No one don't know shit about it because don't nobody watch 205 Live, unfortunately. Unfortunately. So it is what it is.
Can I tell you something that's cool that happened in WWE? Well, not really WWE, but because of the Squared Circle sisters and the women of WWE, along with Mick
Yeah.
Foley. I don't know if you guys saw. There has been a campaign going to help support Ashley Massaro's daughter's educational fund,
Yeah.
I saw that.
and they had hoped to reach $100,000. And thanks to, at least at the time of Mick's tweeting of it, thanks to 1,131 people over the last 22 days, they were able to raise $100,010 to help
That's
support.
what's up.
Yeah, that so, here's me like griping about how they're awful and da 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 da, but then sometimes really good things can happen out of this. So that's
Yeah.
I just really cool.
Yeah, it's dope that people are actually supporting that, because I kind of thought people was gonna kind of like play like they was gonna tiptoe around it, especially with
Hmm.
all the stuff that's you know involved with everything. Like certain wrestlers, like, oh man, I don't want to do something like that because I don't want them to, I don't want to lose my job or something because WWE was accused of something very serious. So
Right.
it's like I'm like, oh, but it's so cool that a lot of the female wrestlers during that time period, and even other people as well, have stepped in and donated and helped out. So that's really dope of them. Pretty cool of them to do that.
And
So
I mean, props to Mick Foley always and forever. I mean, he well, and also 1 hour Ortiz, honestly. Like I'm not just saying that because I'm like part-time fill in there, but he sold a very specific Cactus Jack shirt that he had to autograph. I wasn't there
yeah,
that day when he was doing it, but I mean, just $31,000 from those shirts sales alone. That's just amazing. And he signed every single one of them.
that
Like
is
that's
dope.
God, that's why I love wrestling because people like Mick Foley.
Yeah, he's and he don't give a shit. He don't care.
No,
You know what I'm saying? So that's dope. That is so dope of him. Like he can talk. Like he's very critical about the product, and he's very vocal about it, and doesn't give a fuck. So that's cool, man. Thanks to Mick Foley for doing that shit. Because I don't think any other. Uh, I'm trying to think like a big name would have like stamp their name on something like that, especially because everyone's trying to kiss WWE ass and get a check here and there. So and Mick Foley don't need that. So yeah. So any other news or you know
That's all I got from me, my man.
we don't need to talk about fucking Raw. We don't need to talk about SmackDown. Really, I know there was some created wrestler names for NXT, but I don't think they
Cameron
showed him.
Grimes.
Yeah,
Cameron Grimes.
Cameron
Because
Grimes.
Trevor Lee was not okay. So he
Yeah.
decided to name himself after his hometown, Cameron. That's it.
And a tribute to Matt and
Michael
Jeff Hardy.
Jordan.
No,
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
yeah, Matt and Jeff Hardy, where he got the last name Grimes. That was like the training for like the school that they all came from.
Oh, no, I was
Uh,
going to say ACH is now Jordan Miles.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
that was like a nod to Michael Jordan for the first name anyway, evidently.
yeah. I
Oh,
think
you know what? I'm cool with that one.
Do you have a favorite name, Pat? Because I'm gonna give you mine if you don't have one.
What was fucking DJ Z's fucking name? Jacqueline?
Oh, no. No.
Jacqueline Wild,
Joaquin Wild.
Joaquin Wild.
Joaquin Wild, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is going on in fucking NXT.
So I have one, and see, this is why I don't get mad at those names because they legitimately pick them.
Mm-hmm.
Because have you heard of the wrestler Sam Shaw?
Yeah, he's the guy that kind of looks like these reviews are of Pat and Pat only, but he looks like he's like he would be like I don't know, like a fucking. He looks like a serial killer. Like
oh no! I thought you were gonna say that, Patrick.
I'm actually glad.
He's gonna say this.
No, I'm actually glad you say that because me being the residential horror buff of this show, do you know the name that he picked?
No. What's the name?
Dexter Loomis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that because I was a big Dexter fan.
Yes, and the last name comes from Dr. Loomis from the Halloween series.
Dexter Loomis. Okay, that is really cool. And you know what's crazy? The only reason I remember him is because he has that big ass blackout tattoo. And
yeah, he has and he wears like gloves. He has like red gloves or one of the thing that he wears. So I've seen him before and I've seen him wrestle before, but I swear to God, when I found out that he came out with that name, I was like, yo, that name. I was like, this is my favorite name ever, and please don't change this name. They was like, they had no idea. I was like, someone in the back had no idea what he was doing, and I'm like, yo, yes, because that was like, shout out to Dexter and shout out to Dr. Loomis. I was like, this dude loves his horror movies and TV shows. I'm like, I need this on a shirt. I need him to be great, and I need him to like, I'm gonna be right there standing.
I was gonna say we better hope that he's great.
Man, I hope he gets like a push, and I'm like, yo, I just need like a Dexter Loomis shirt. It's just gonna be like, yo, I'm with that. I'm a like if NXT is back in town again, doing the circuit, I'm definitely gonna be like, and he's in there. I'm like Dexter Loomis.
That's crazy. You know, like they even they changed Jonah Rock's name, like, and they didn't have Big Stoke with him. You know, so it's like I don't know.
Yo, I'm mad. I'm mad Stoke didn't get Lucha Vandross over.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm like, yo, Lucha Vandross would have worked, and I'm like, he's saying as they wouldn't let him pick it, but I was like, yo, I that would have been fucking amazing.
Yeah. So, but Big Stoke's time will come, and he'll probably be the best thing out of there smoking. So. But yeah, I mean, really, there's nothing else to really talk about. We pretty much covered all the news stuff. Fucking results. Who you can look it up. You know, it was a shitty show. Raw and SmackDown shit. Trust me, you should.
The Firefly Funhouse was really bizarrely intriguing and weird.
Like every Firehouse, like every Firefly Funhouse episode.
Yeah, I mean, I just wish that they wouldn't play it on both red and blue. But then again, Shane McMahon is on both red and blue. And, you know, are there any rules? Have they done away with brand split or wild card rule? It's 4 people, now there's 6 people every show. Like, what is happening?
The main roster has gone senile. So, I mean, you would hope it gets better. but eventually it probably won't, and you have to take it out back.
Well, I just know that I watched it. I did. I watched it while I made delicious food tonight. I watched it while I opened this bottle of wine. And then I restrained from drinking the whole bottle during the show, even though I was like, oh God, like the whole time. It was like not good. Yeah, it was not a good week for main roster wrestling, that's for sure.
I'm
Nope.
sorry, but if you love Raw and SmackDown and love Shane McMahon and love Drew McIntyre and love the big dog Roman Reigns and who else is, yeah, I just hate it because a lot of guys don't get any shine.
Right.
Because you got fucking Shane McMahon taking up 10, 20 minutes every fucking Monday and Tuesday.
I mean, like, I thought the segment in the elevator that they were trying to wrestle, they were trying to get the 24/7 or the 7-Eleven title that he won at 49,000 feet Fahrenheit. R-Truth, like, I think that is probably my favorite thing about wrestling right now, on WWE anyway, at least main
Yeah,
roster.
it is. Yeah.
And
I mean,
it was really entertaining and it was funny. And Ginger pretending that he was Carmella was like the greatest Ginger. It was just so cute. I hope that R-Truth was able to make it out of the box okay before they shifted to LA, excuse me, which that's where Raw is on Monday.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, the whole time I was watching it, I was just reading previews about Freelance Wrestling versus the World tomorrow night. That was like the only thing I was just like, okay, this is saving me.
Yeah. Well, like I said, WWE is trash right now. Like I said, I don't want to be that mark to be like, oh man, it just sucks right now. Hopefully, within the next couple of months, they would change it. Seeing that SmackDown's moving over to Raw, they're moving over to Fox, and I do like their new logo. The new logo is really
No,
good.
that's supposedly fake news. Everything I've read said that
That's fake.
that some kid like designed it and said, I want a major news source to pick this up. Like he tweeted it. I forget what guy did it, but maybe it will be. Maybe it is a leaked, and he was just trying to swerve people. But yeah.
I don't know. I just saw it on that dickhead site. I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
put their name out there, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Val's like, yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, I'm being nice. I'm playing nice.
Well, do you
But
want to
yeah,
hear about a good show you should go to tomorrow night, Patrick?
yes, please tell me.
Shaggy, you can watch it on independentwrestling.tv. Um, it is Freelance Wrestling versus the World 5. I'm super excited. It's the 5th anniversary of Freelance at Logan Square Auditorium, 2539 North Kedzie Boulevard in the greatest city in the world, Chicago, Illinois.
Yep.
Doors are at 8 p.m. First bell is at 9 p.m. First row is already sold out. I believe second row is sold out as well, but general admission, still limited tickets available. I guarantee this is going to be a sellout, so get there early if you can. You can pick up one of those Freelance Pride shirts there. I'm picking mine up tomorrow. I will have scissors if you want to cut your sleeves off. There's going to be Craig Mitchell versus GPA for the Freelance.
Oh, I can't. Oh.
Whoa.
You know how I feel about GPA. He's almost up there with Frank the Clown.
Whoa. All right. Well, good thing I'm bookending the show. Craig Mitchell versus GPA for the Freelance Underground Championship. Isaiah Velasquez versus Pat Monix. That started last month. Was really awesome watching them in the ring at the Battle Royal. We have the Take It Home Wreckers taking on Eric Cannon. Kikatoro. Kikatoro is awesome. And, of course, Effie. Love him.
Yes.
Oh, make it gayer, Effie. Make it gayer. Have you seen that gif? I love him so much.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, he's amazing. It was like such an honor to carry his jacket from the ring. I also thought I was going to stab my own eye out, and it weighed like 25 pounds. So whatever. There is a Texas bull rope match between Rough Crossing and Chris Castro. It's going to be intense. Those two dudes love to hate each other. The Freelance World Tag Team Championship belts are on the line. It's going to be the reigning and defending tag team champions, the Workhorsemen, taking on fan favorites, the Space Pirates. So it's going to be really great. Shane Saber and Space Monkey make up the Space Pirates. And then we have a match I am so excited for. It is the Freelance Legacy Championship Scramble.
Okay.
The belt that I was,
Yes.
the belt that I introduced last month. I'm so excited for this. And like, honestly, I don't know how this is going to go because every single person in this, I'm like, yeah, dude, I could see them winning. Of course, show favorites, Eye Candy Elliott.
That's why I want to win it.
Well,
yeah.
But also Gringo Loco,
Oh,
who was just on with us.
Gringo's in
Yeah.
too.
And Matt Nix. Hello.
Damn, Matt Nix. Oh, all right. Well, damn. It's
And then
up in the air.
And then to like throw a wrench in your like, oh shit factory over here.
Mm-hmm.
The Diamond Tiger, Kobe Durst, who is just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And like the backyard living legend of Alex Olson. And Derek. Yeah, please don't die, Alex Olson. That's all I gotta say. And also La Mera Mera, Thunder Rosa. So I'm just like, fuck.
I don't know who I want to win that now.
First, I know.
Like, I Candy Elliott. Then you said Gringo Loco. Now I want him. Then you said Matt Nix. Then I want him. Like,
and like backyard connection with Alex Olson, and Kobe Durst is just a badass from Canada, Diamond Tiger, and like Thunder Rosa. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And then to round it out, just to make your day, Smiley Kylie Ray returns to Freelance, where she takes on both Rob Anthony and Frank the Clown.
You know, that's going to be a fun match. And
yes.
I like Robert Anthony. I still feel bad for him taking that punch on Raw.
Mm.
But yeah, you know how I feel about Frank the Clown. He can eat shit. But yeah, that's going to be a wonderful match. That's going to be fun as hell.
I gotta say, for like the last year or two that I've had to the unfortunate pleasure of having to work with Frank the Clown on multiple promotions. That dude chomps on gum like he thinks his name is Jesus, right? So I have no problem straight up going into the back and taking gum from his supply because I feel like, I'm interviewing the wrestlers. I should have fresh breath, right? Yeah. And I don't always remember to bring enough gum. So I honestly feel kind of bad about it. So I bought him some gum for tomorrow. Is that weird?
It's not, just me. I would have bought shit flavored gum.
Oh, okay. So that's what I should have done. All right.
Yeah.
I'll look for them online and see if I could get some.
Sure it's on Amazon somewhere.
All right. I'll see what I can do for the next show. But then the final match, I believe, don't quote me on it. I don't know when they're going to run it on the card, honestly, is All Ego. Oh, man. Ethan Page, he issued an open challenge. I have no idea who's going to answer him and who could answer him. It might be somebody that I've already said. It might be somebody else. I have no idea, honestly. Yeah. I haven't talked to anybody because I like to be surprised when I get to work and find out who I'm working with. So I have no idea.
It's CM Punk.
CM Punk, confirmed. I mean, makes sense. But anyway, so that's going to be tomorrow. I hope to see everybody Friday, June 14th at the 5th anniversary Freelance versus the World. And with that, I think that we've covered all the awesome of wrestling this week.
Yeah, that is it. And we're signing off. Shaggy, you got any last words? Or are you sleeping? You might be sleeping.
Don't play with matches.
I mean, he's probably not wrong. Unless he means wrestling matches.
Yeah. That.
Yeah. Val, any last words?
No, just if you're at Freelance tomorrow and you need some scissors for your shirts, let me know. Always say hi when you see me, and
Oh wait, hold on. You can YouTube this. I want you guys to. I'll do one last thing. Match of the week. This week. You can find it on YouTube. If you YouTube Terry Funk and Arn Anderson versus Sabu, or actually just Google Terry Funk and Arn Anderson tag team match. That'll show you a tag team match that I, to this day, will never stop laughing at because of its brilliance.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to
okay.
check it out. I'm gonna have to check it out tonight after I smoke a little bit of the Earth's herb. But
Earth's Herb.
yeah,
Can you tweet it to us? I'm at Val Capone. He's at _ Patrick Pryor.
thank you, because some shithead took my name 10 years ago now. 10 years ago. So, and Shaggy Black, all together. And everyone have a good week. Subscribe, like, whatever. I don't give a shit anymore. But we're done.